Welcome back to the Secret Archives. Today we dive into the life of one of Egypt's most iconic pharaohs, King Tutankhamun. His story is not just about a boy king, but also about the mysteries that still intrigue archaeologists and historians today. From his royal birth to his sudden death and the legendary discovery of his tomb, King Tutankhamun's life is a tapestry of wonder, tragedy, and mystery. Join me as we unravel the life of the famous boy king, starting from his early beginnings, the rise to power, his reign, and the controversies that surround his life and death. The birth of a king. Tutankhamun was born around 1341 BCE during Egypt's New Kingdom, the 18th Dynasty, a time when Egypt was at the peak of its power and glory. His birth name was Tutankhamun, meaning living image of Aten. His father was the controversial pharaoh Akhenaten, the ruler who abandoned Egypt's traditional polytheistic religion and introduced the monotheistic worship of Aten, the sun disk. Akhenaten's reign was filled with religious upheaval, and this likely had a profound impact on the young Tutankhamun. His mother is widely believed to have been Queen Kia, although some speculate that Nefertiti, Akhenaten's chief queen, could have been his mother. As a child, Tutankhamun would have grown up in Amarna, the capital city established by Akhenaten to worship Aten. However, his early years were marred by political instability and religious conflict due to his father's radical reforms. At around the age of 9, Tutankhamun ascended to the throne of Egypt after the death of Akhenaten. The country was in turmoil, with the religious changes of Akhenaten's rule causing widespread unrest. It was during this time that young Tutankhamun's advisors, particularly the influential Vizier Ai and the general Horemheb, played pivotal roles in shaping his reign. One of the first significant changes he made as king was to reverse his father's religious reforms. He changed his name from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun, restoring the worship of the traditional gods, particularly Amun, the king of the gods. The capital was moved from Amarna back to Thebes, and temples dedicated to the old gods were rebuilt. Though Tutankhamun was pharaoh, it is widely believed that, due to his young age, most of the real power lay in the hands of his advisors. His reign lasted for about a decade, and during this time, Egypt saw a return to stability, both politically and religiously. Tutankhamun married his half-sister Ankhesemun, continuing the ancient Egyptian tradition of royal family intermarriage to preserve the bloodline. They had 2 daughters, but tragically, neither survived infancy. The mummies of these stillborn children were discovered in his tomb, a heartbreaking reminder of the personal tragedies that the young pharaoh endured. Interestingly, depictions of King Tutankhamun show him with a frail, delicate body. Modern medical analysis suggests that he suffered from several health issues, including a cleft palate, scoliosis, a curvature of the spine, and a possible clubfoot, which would have made walking difficult. DNA studies have also revealed that he may have suffered from malaria, which could have weakened him further. Tutankhamun's death around 1323 BCE remains one of the greatest mysteries in Egyptology. He was only about 19 years old when he died, and the exact cause of his death has been the subject of intense debate for decades. Early theories suggested that he may have been murdered, pointing to a possible blow to the back of his head. However, more recent examinations of his mummy using advanced scanning technologies indicate that this injury likely occurred after his death, possibly during the embalming process or when the tomb was opened. Other theories suggest that he may have died from an infected leg fracture combined with his weakened health due to genetic diseases and malaria. The truth is, we may never know for certain how King Tut died, but his early death undoubtedly threw the royal succession into disarray. For centuries after his death, Tutankhamun was largely forgotten. His tomb was small and unimpressive compared to the grand burial sites of other pharaohs, leading many to believe that it was hastily completed due to his sudden death. It wasn't until 1922, over 3,000 years later, that his tomb was rediscovered by British archaeologist Howard Carter in the Valley of the Kings. The tomb was remarkably well preserved, untouched by grave robbers, and filled with a stunning array of treasures, including the iconic golden death mask. Carter's discovery of King Tut's tomb became one of the most significant archaeological finds of all time, sparking global fascination with ancient Egypt and the boy king. No story about King Tut would be complete without mentioning the infamous Curse of the Pharaohs. According to legend, anyone who entered the tomb would face dire consequences. This belief gained momentum when several individuals involved in the discovery, including Lord Carnarvon, who financed the excavation, died under mysterious circumstances shortly after the tomb was opened. While modern scientists attribute these deaths to natural causes such as infections or pre-existing health conditions, the curse remains a popular myth that adds an eerie allure to King Tut's story. Though Tutankhamun was a relatively minor king during his lifetime, his legacy today is immense. His tomb has provided an unparalleled glimpse into the life of a pharaoh, and the treasures found within have traveled the world, drawing millions to exhibitions. But perhaps King Tut's greatest legacy is the enduring mystery that surrounds him. How did he die? What was his life really like? And what other secrets might his tomb still hold? These questions continue to captivate historians, archaeologists, and the public alike. King Tutankhamun's life, though brief, has left an indelible mark on history. He was born in a time of great turmoil, became pharaoh at a young age, and faced personal and political challenges throughout his reign. His untimely death and the discovery of his untouched tomb have made him a symbol of ancient Egypt's enduring mysteries. What do you think really happened to King Tut? Was his death an accident, or was there something more sinister at play? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Secret Archives for more deep dives into the mysteries of the ancient world.